Do you think President Trump will pardon you and your boss, Kristi Noem, before he leaves office?
I don't need a pardon from anybody.
Well, you better hope so. You better hope you get been pardoned.
Democrats are now literally planning to prosecute Trump officials for no apparent reason, and they're using this guy, Sri Tenadar, who's an immigrant, an Indian-born immigrant, to target the Trump administration. Welcome to the Immigration Report. If you want daily immigration updates without bias, without agenda, please consider subscribing. Let us get into it, starting with this article from Fox News that's titled, House Democrat Explodes on Top Trump Immigration Officials Say He Better Hope for Pardon from the President. And the article begins by saying, Progressive Representative Sri Tenadar, Democrat from Michigan, exploded on U.S. Customs and Border Protection Commissioner Rodney Scott, calling federal immigration officers thugs and telling the commissioner he better hope for a presidential pardon during a particularly heated House hearing on Tuesday. And the article went on to say Tenadar, who's original from India, told Scott that you better hope you get pardoned because you will be held accountable for the absolute disregard of the law your agencies have shown over the past year. And take a look at this exact exchange.
Director Lyons and Commissioner Scott, do you think President Trump will pardon you and your boss, Kristi Noem, before he leaves office, just like he has for insurrectionists and his political allies? Do you believe President Trump will pardon you? Go ahead.
I'm not going to speak on behalf of President Trump, but I'll tell you, I signed up for this job to protect America, and I'm very proud of the service that I provide, and I don't need a pardon from anybody.
Well, you better hope so. You better hope you get been pardoned because you will be held accountable for the absolute disregard of the law your agencies have shown over the past year.
So it is clear that this guy is anti-ICE and anti-law enforcement, because what he's implying here is that ICE officials have committed a crime, which is why they would want a pardon from the president. And it's not the first time this guy, Sri Tenadar, has attacked ICE. He even went as far as introducing a bill to literally get rid of ICE. Take a look.
Earlier today, Michigan Democrat Sri Tenadar introduced a bill to abolish ICE. He cited the killing of Renee Nicole Good and the arrest of Americans by ICE as reasons to terminate the agency.
ICE is out of control, killing a mother of three, a U.S. citizen, and just a list of things that are totally uncalled for. It's too late to reform it. I think it's best to abolish it and let other federal agencies take care of that.
So as you can see, one of his main priorities in Congress right now is to attack ICE and attack ICE officials and not look out for his constituents. What is he doing for the people of Michigan, the 13th district? What is he doing? Nothing, because his fight is against ICE, abolishing ICE. And he claimed that he wants to get ICE back to pre-2003. And if you know anything about history, why DHS and why ICE was founded is to essentially prevent another event like 9/11. And he's claiming that he wants to get rid of ICE so the environment is the same as how it was before ICE was founded. And here's him saying he wants to abolish ICE so the country could be what it was before ICE was founded in 2003. Take a look.
ICE is totally out of control, and this week I intend to introduce a bill to abolish ICE. We need to make ICE go away. 2003, before 2003, without ICE, various federal agencies were able to take care of business, and we can do this without ICE.
And that is Representative Sri Tenadar saying he wants the country to go back to pre-2003 before the founding of ICE, when there wasn't an agency that was enforcing our immigration laws, where anyone could come into the country and be a threat, and there wouldn't be a primary organization to essentially get that individual out and deport that individual. That is what Sri Tenadar wants. He doesn't care about the American people. He doesn't care about his constituents. And he was confronted by Sean Hannity in regards to his constituents that are being victimized by illegal aliens that are in this country committing the worst of the worst crimes. Take a look.
And honored little Jocelyn Nungary's family, brutally raped and murdered a 12-year-old girl. Did you stand? Did you give honor to that family that lost so much?
Look, Sean, thanks for having me.
I'm not.
this
I don't need the
president.
thanks. Did you stand or not? Did you stand to honor those
I did
families?
not stand because
sit?
the president.
You sat on your
I was
ass.
just sick
so
of
you
the
sat,
president.
So I want to be clear.
did not.
You sat on your ass, and you wouldn't stand for families of that lost children, a 12-year-old girl raped and murdered, and you couldn't stand for them because you were playing politics. Is that right? I want this audience
Look,
to
I
know.
would not stand for this president. I would not stand for this president. He was
You
lying.
weren't standing
he was
for
boasting.
them. You were standing for the families that lost little girls that were murdered by the illegal immigrants that you want to remain in the country. Is that true or false?
Look, this president was using a tragedy.
I'm not talking
such as
about it.
Riley's death.
What about those families? Have you ever picked up a phone? Because there are thousands of Americans that have been murdered and raped and victims of violent crime. Have you ever spoken to any? Have you ever called them to offer your condolences? Name one family. Name one family.
Look, every immigrant, everyone
Have
must
you
follow
ever called
American
them?
laws.
Have you ever picked up a phone and called a victim's family?
I refuse to believe that Sri Tenadar is a real person. He's an AI because there's no way he's unable to answer such simple questions. But jokes aside, this guy cares nothing about his constituents because he was asked by an independent journalist about basic, simple geographic information about the district that he represents, and he could not answer that. Take a look.
What are the 5 Grosse Points cities?
Well, look, I'm not here to answer a quiz. I'm here to say that I'm going to fight for the people.
Grosse Pointe Park, Grosse Pointe Woods, Grosse Pointe Farms, and Grosse Pointe Shores. Okay.
Right.
You know, on your campaign filings, it says occupation. Yours says United States government. Aren't you employed by the people of the United States?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, you fix that.
So this guy being unable to answer what are the 5 Grosse Pointe cities is like asking the mayor of New York City what are the 5 boroughs, and he's unable to answer that. Or asking the president of the United States what are the 50 states that make up the union, and he's unable to answer that. But as I mentioned before, this guy doesn't care anything about his constituents. He doesn't know anything about the district he represents. What he cares about is literally attacking people within the Trump administration. He even went as far as trying to impeach the president of the United States. Let us take a look.
This is Congressman Sri Tenadar. Donald Trump has already done real damage to our democracy, but defying a unanimous 9-0 Supreme Court ruling, it's time we impeach Donald J. Trump. Today, I introduced a resolution to impeach Donald J. Trump, outlining 7 articles of impeachment.
So Sri Tenadar brought articles of impeachment to impeach the president of the United States. I believe 7 of them, 7 articles of impeachment, and they all failed. He tried to impeach the president, claiming that the president defied a Supreme Court order, when we know that was false. And he failed, and this is him after he failed with those articles of impeachment. Take a look.
Said nobody has said to me, Mr. Tenadar, the 7 articles of impeachment that you presented to the U.S. Congress, they're piece of shit. You know, they're not good. You missed the point. They're not legally right. He didn't do that. No one says that.
I don't know what he just said, but he sounds like someone with Trump derangement syndrome. And President Trump isn't the only one that he tried to impeach. He also tried to impeach the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. Take a look.
This week, I introduced articles to impeach Secretary Pete Hegseth for murder and conspiracy to murder and reckless and unlawful mishandling of classified information. From issuing orders to kill everybody on board a small boat with no evidence of wrongdoing, to launching a follow-up strike to finish off survivors barely clinging to their life, his actions are not just reprehensible, but illegal as well.
I don't know who's voting for this guy, but the Democrats, they have serious issues choosing their candidates because this guy, Sri Tenadar, he cares nothing about the American people. He cares nothing about his constituents. All he cares about is trying to make a name for himself in Congress by trying to impeach everyone, now threatening to prosecute ICE officials over what? No reason at all. So the Democrats, they need to figure their stuff out. And that brings us to the end of today's immigration report. Let me know in the comment section below if you support Sri Tenadar's effort to prosecute ICE officials, or should he focus more on his constituents, the people that put him in office? Also, if you don't mind liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you.